The City of Revere Zoning Board of Appeals meeting of February 26, 2014 will come to order. We'll have a roll call. Mr. Bacilli is absent. Mr. Corrin is absent. Mr. D'Angelo is absent. Mr. Mazzoni? Present. Mr. Tucker is absent. Mr. Colometto? Present. As you can see, we have a number of absences on the membership of the Zoning Board of Appeals this evening due to medical reasons, traveling reasons for memorial service out of state, and a pre-planned vacation. The Zoning Board of Appeals this evening will not be able to vote on any matters currently scheduled for a hearing this evening. The board, to facilitate the hearing process, will hear a brief presentation from all parties. The board has decided to continue all matters this afternoon to Thursday, March 20th at 4 p.m. here in the City Council chamber. There will be no further notice. All persons interested in any matters to come before the board should be aware that the board will meet on all of these matters on Thursday, March 20th at 4 p.m. in the City Council chamber. My name is John Henry. I'm the clerk to the board. Due to the absence of the chairman, I will conduct the meetings this evening. I urge all petitioners to be very brief in their presentation, in as much as they will be required to make the same presentation, hopefully to the full board, on March 20th. The first application before the board this afternoon is application A1402. This is the application of William and Craig Neal, 33 Murray Street, Peabody, requesting a variance of the qualified lot provisions of the revised ordinances of the City of Revere to enable the appellants to construct a 43-foot by 37-foot two-family dwelling on lots 261, 262, 263, adjacent to 78 Gore Road at 29 Rumney Road, Revere. Is the applicant here to make a presentation? Please hit the button.
Hi, my name is William Neal, and we'd just like to build a house on that lot. We need to remove the shed that is on there. No. No.
All right. Any further proponents wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Hearing and seeing none, we'll accept any opponents to this application. Are there any opponents who would wish to be recorded one way or the other? Hearing and seeing none, this matter will be continued to March 20th. Any members wishing to make any comments? No. This matter is continued to March 20th, right? The next matter before the board is application A1403. This is the application of Joseph Salamone, Top Notch Custom Homes, Inc., 25 Ellerton Street, Revere, requesting a front yard setback variance to enable the appellant to construct a 50-foot by 30-foot two-family dwelling on lots 484, 486, adjacent to 307A and 303B Ridge Road, Revere, Mass. Is the proponent here wishing to speak on this matter? State your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Paul Finocchio, PGF Associates, Surveyors and Civil Engineers, 4 Highland Ave, Wakefield. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Joe Salamone, who is the prospective buyer of the property located on Ridge Road. Mr. Salamone is requesting to a front yard variance in the RB district, relief from 20 feet down to 10 feet for the construction of the two-family dwelling. This proposed dwelling is in conformity with the abutting lots to the left of him, which all been granted variances on Ridge Road, which is part of the Fennel Heights development that was created around the year 2000. So we're trying to keep this in conformity with the other lots. The lot has an area of approximately 6,300 square feet, 75 feet of width, and approximately 74.5 feet of depth. So it has a odd-shaped lot, and which is narrow depth, and also from topography that the lot is fairly flat, about 45 to 50 feet, then drops off about 15 to 20 feet in the rear. So due to the topography of the lot, we'd like to keep the house forward as much as possible so we can develop on the lot. Thank you.
Any members have any questions of the engineer? None? Thank you. Any further proponents on this matter? Hearing and seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to speak? There are no opponents. This matter will be, members, any questions, any comments? No?
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, just one to Paul. The house adjacent to it, what is the size of the dwelling itself as compared to the building the other?
Come back to the microphone.
I think the houses to the left are approximately 50 feet by 26 feet, and the house to the right is approximately, I think, 45 to 50 feet with a depth of 30 feet.
If there are no further questions, this matter will be continued to March 20th. The next application before the board is application A1404. This is the application of Alitzis Avalera, 126-128 Harris Street, Revere, requesting parking in the rear yard variance to enable the appellant to park 3 motor vehicles in the rear yard on Lot C, Harris Street, Revere. Proponents?
Members of the board, Joseph Catogio, 1 Sprague Street, Revere, representing the applicant Elizet Avalar, who is seeking to vary the zoning ordinances to allow the parking of 3 vehicles in the rear of her lot C, as shown on the plan. Briefly, we will make a full presentation on the continued date. The plan already has the assistance of the common driveway, which is recorded. We have been before site plan review. We have some flexibility as to the location of the spaces. We will be removing a section of the deck to allow for easier ingress and egress to the site, which presently has no off-street parking, so we see this as a benefit to the city, to the neighborhood, making it easier for, at times like these, for snow removal. We have been asked to confirm the distance at the opening of the driveway, the common driveway. We've amended the plan that I'll submit now. And that plan shows the opening to be greater than 29 feet. We'll be here, obviously, at the continued date and now to answer any questions, and we'll make a more formal presentation at that time. Thank you.
Questions have been raised by, excuse me,
Yes.
by residents looking at the plans with respect to the low retaining wall in the rear yard. Is that going to stay there, or is it going to be removed?
The area necessary to allow the cars to get in and out will be regraded so that it will affect to have minimum effect on the existing retaining wall, which is very, very low to the ground, less than a foot off the ground or out of the ground. And the area itself depresses as it goes back. We will obviously have to grade some, but it will be internally. It will not be externally. It will not create any negative water flow on any of the neighbors or any other, should have no other negative effect on any of the immediate neighbors at all.
Is the point of entry to the rear yard through the portion of the deck 10 foot by 10 foot 3? Is that coming out?
Yes, that is coming out. The section is shown as kind of like a shaded area or a dotted area on the plan submitted. I did take some pictures of the deck that will be reduced in almost less than half so that there will be a smaller deck in place, but not in the area to affect the, again, the entrance or exit of cars from the back.
What will be the type of paving in the rear yard?
That will be dependent on the board's wishes. We could go with gravel, we could go with pavement if necessary. We will keep an open landscaped area on any area that is not required for parking. But we will be available to the suggestion of the board or the city building department as to what they would prefer. Obviously, if given the low area, we would think that a porous surface would be beneficial, and we would be willing to do that. But again, we're agreeable to listen to suggestions of the board if they alter, if they're varied from that.
Any questions for members of the board? None? Any further proponents? Any further proponents? Name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, can I see that plan and not because I live in the 355 street.
You want to see this? Here's the point of opening right here. It's coming down to here. This is coming out. So he's going to go into here. So the parking in here.
I live in here.
Yeah.
And I just opened it when it goes.
Well, apparently this is a common passageway from here to here, all the way back.
Yeah.
So I presume he's going to drive. Joe, could you come up here and explain this to the gentleman so there's no questions? Why don't you take that over there and explain it to him? All right. Any further questions on that? If there are no further proponents, we'll now open this side of the hearing to opponents. Any opponents wishing to be recorded? Hearing, seeing none. This met. Yes, would you like to come up to the microphone? Name and address for the record.
Good afternoon. Okay, I'm the owner for
Name and address for the record.
347-349 Beach Street.
49 Beach Street?
349. I'm the property behind.
Beach Street?
Yeah, 347. 349. It must be on there.
I have a,
Yeah, last deed.
oh, okay. Yes.
So the only thing is my surveyor, he's going to give me my plot plan, everything point to point a week from now. So I'm going to be required to move my fence. So how do we do? We get together and because he reviewed the plot plan she has and he says he needs to make sure that's accurate.
Well, this matter is going to be continued till March 20th.
Okay.
So you'll have sufficient time to have
Time
your
to bring
engineer
it.
put the information together.
Thank you.
Are there any other persons who wish to be recorded in any manner? Hearing and seeing none, this matter is continued to March 20th. The next matter before the board is application A1405. This is a special permit application of Mary Ellen Martin, 59 Weatherby Ave, Revere, requesting a special permit to enable the appellant to modify an existing single-family structure by constructing a second-story addition over the dwelling and over a proposed attached garage in the rear yard, and also constructing a front porch with roof enclosure in the front yard of the dwelling on lot 349 at 197 Rice Avenue, Revere. Is the applicant here? Yes.
Mary Ellen Martin, 59 Witherby Avenue, Revere.
Good.
Actually, correct. Yeah. Okay. I'm looking for a variance for the porches on the front.
Could you speak up a little louder?
Variances on the porch for the front, and a variance for the garage in the rear. I also have signed signatures from all of my neighbors that I've spoke to.
Would you like to present them to the
Yes, I
board?
would.
Take them.
Neighbor right to my right, and right to the back, which is right. I can tell you which ones they are. Okay, it's these two, there's the two that shows in the rear, and the other one is Bonnie. Those are
Do the members of the board have any questions they would like to ask? All set? If I can have that petition back for the file. Are there any other further proponents who wish to be recorded? Hearing and seeing none. Are there any opponents to this application? Hearing and seeing none, this application will be continued to March 20th. This hearing is closed. The next application before this, the application A1406, the application of Michael Di Benedetto, 20 South Genesee Street, Revere, requesting a front yard setback variance to enable the appellant to construct a 14-foot by 6-foot 5-inch front door enclosure in the front yard on lots 466 in part lot 467 at 22 South Genesee Street, Revere, Massachusetts. For the proponents, name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, Mark Cornell, 351 Revere Street, Revere. I am the contractor and representing Mike and Francesca on this project.
We have the plan. We have everything else. Any other comments you'd wish to make at this time? If not,
No, this has been carefully scrutinized to not be obtrusive in any manner. It's actually essential to these people relative to the snow buildup that they have a problem with. It only clubs their walkway, doesn't touch any of the green space, and we purposely added glass to the left side of it to give a sense of openness to it. And there is a serious hardship here. That's what actually brings us here today.
do members have any questions they'd like to ask at this time? There are none. Thank you. Are there any further proponents? Hearing and seeing none. Are there any opponents? None wish to be recorded. This matter is continued to March 20th.
Thank you very much.
Okay. No further business, unless someone else wishes to speak on any matter. The board will meet again on March 20th and will receive applications for April 9th also. Potentially we'll be meeting on the 9th also. There's no further business before the board. One document for the record. Thank you. Meeting of the Board of Appeals is adjourned.